Enrique Alvarez Clary.
C is for chunk.
Brought to you by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Good afternoon. Welcome in. Happy Tuesday. Excuse me. This is the happy hour. 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick and Rico with you this afternoon. Rico, what's up?
Hey there.
How's it going, man?
It's going fantastic, you know.
How are you?
My wife stopped by because she's unemployed for a day.
Just for a day.
Just for one day.
He'll say that in the process of switching jobs.
Just one day. She's unemployed for a single day because she's switching jobs. Shout out to my wife. Very proud of you. Love you, Rach.
She's just standing out there.
Yeah, I'm trying to get her on the air. I need the text line to be in agreement with me that you want my wife to be on the air for like 5 minutes. She is probably not listening.
No,
anyways,
I don't know.
But
she's her and I are making
but
contact.
I really want her to be on the airways for like 5 minutes. So I need the text line to band together and just text in and be like, we want to hear Ray.
Yeah.
We want to hear Rach. We want Rachel. We want Rachel. I need at least 5 people to text in, and it probably won't do anything.
We don't need to do
but
it.
it will let her know that she is wanted on the airwaves.
That's right. She seems busy. She said she was going to go watch crime documentaries.
Yeah. Shut up, Eric.
Eric, what? Why do you, Eric? You came at me earlier this week. You called me a child earlier.
Yeah, be honest. Nick is a child. March 31st.
Yeah, March 31st. March 30th, the day before, you said Nick keeps it real, really dumb. What's the deal? What did I do to you, Eric? Go ahead and text him.
I love Eric. So we have unnamed texter. We want Rachel. Qdoba guy. We want Rachel. Husker Howie. We want Rachel.
Okay,
Aaron,
there's a lot of people.
Aaron says go ahead, have Rachel on the radio. Eric just says because I can, and Ted says we want Rachel. Wow. Rach, there's people that want you here.
She's busy talking to Jake.
Jake, tell Rachel to get on the airwaves.
That's wild. I would
Scott,
like to hear what
Rachel.
I would like to hear what life is like at home with Rico.
Yeah, Rachel, get in here and just tell everybody what life is like. Come on, please.
Come on,
please.
Come on.
We've had 8 people already.
I need to know what life is like with Rico. I know you can hear. There's a 5-second delay, so we just gotta. I know you can hear. Mark, come on in.
Mark, tell Rachel to get in here.
Rachel, we need to know what life at home is like with Rico.
Come on. We've already had like 9 people say that they want you on the airwaves. They want to know.
You don't.
You're not going to be on the stream.
You don't have to be on the stream. You can walk out in 30 seconds. I need to know.
You just got to put the headphones on, step in front of the mic. Close the door, please.
Rico, chill. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
I'm so sorry.
Love you, babe.
Hello, Rachel. You got to turn the mic around a little bit.
Hey. What's up, babe?
What's up, Rachel?
Life at home is
You
literally
didn't let me ask the
chaos.
question. What is life at home with Rico like?
I have 3 children. 2 of them I birthed and 1 I married. So.
What?
Wow.
Why did you choose Rico?
Hot.
Was he in better shape?
Much better shape.
I don't think that has to do with it.
Amen. Thank you, Rachel. That makes me feel good.
I was just a nicer person at the time.
Yeah. Was he as hostile as he is now?
Yes. I mean, probably more so.
Okay. How do you feel about his video game addiction?
I mean, it's expensive, but
yeah. Have we decided what game we're buying?
Both.
This seems like both.
What?
What's the other one?
Nothing.
So, I mean, it's fine, but like he never plays it. So it'll sit there and collect dust.
No,
and
I'll
then
play
he'll
it.
try and turn it into GameStop and get 14 cents for it. So
No, I'll play
That's
both
true.
of these. I'll play both of these. One of these is me and Nick are going to get online and trash some noobs.
We say that now, and then we realize, like,
it'll never happen.
What? Okay, actually, along those lines, when you're driving in your car, because you admit that you listen, when you're driving in your car and you listen to your husband on the radio,
are you like, damn, I'm so proud of him?
What goes through your mind? Because I know what goes through my mind sometimes with some of his takes and what he says. What goes through your mind?
That's just his takes, though. Like, he always does that. He says the most absurd thing to get the reaction.
And then I talk myself into it.
Yeah.
Does it sometimes become too much?
I mean, yeah, but that's him.
That's him.
You know that.
I do.
She actually loves me
I just
for
want,
it.
I just want a
You
different.
just tolerate me.
I just want a different perspective. I just didn't know if it was all on the same page or. All right, well, Rachel.
To be fair, though, he puts up with me, so
Oh, yeah, that's. Thank you for the lemonade.
you're welcome.
Yeah.
There you go, everybody. That's my wife.
Yep. Thank you, Rachel. Have a great day. We
Love
appreciate it.
you.
All right.
Say it back.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. This seems super toxic. What is going on? Rachel, blink twice at me if you need help.
Blink twice if you're in Milwaukee.
This is okay. Thank
Love
you,
you.
Rachel. Have a good day. Oh,
she said it.
My gosh.
She said it. She loves me.
That was tough.
Somebody said it. Okay,
Rico,
hold on.
are you the sugar daddy?
No, God, no. She's the. I work in radio. She's a sugar mama. That's why she got a new job.
That's
She got to support me.
she's laughing. She's laughing. That's awesome. All right. We had to see what at-home life is like with Rico, and it doesn't seem like it might change from at work.
She didn't say that I couldn't get both games, so now I'm tempted
So I
to
guess,
get both.
I guess you get in both.
There
games.
wasn't a no in there, so
Well, she didn't. You guys will talk.
maybe
about
I'll
that
push
later.
the envelope. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, you'll.
If I'm not in tomorrow, you know why.
Yeah. Eric. Okay, so Eric says that he is a fan of chaos. Nick.
I am also
know.
a fan
Well,
of chaos.
yeah, I understand, and I understand I'm young and I don't really care. All right, so let's see. Oh, okay. Dusty. So it goes. So Rachel is real. Rico does have a wife. Wow.
I do. I am actually married, and I do actually have 2 kids.
Yeah, he doesn't just sit at home like we all think. We forgot to ask Rachel if she's all right with you sharing your love and adoration with Adrian Martinez and Latman.
Adrian Martinez, yes. Latman, no.
Who
She
do
was fine.
you
She-
love more, Adrian Martinez or Latman?
Thor Bjarnason.
Okay, that's a good third guess.
Yeah.
That's a good third
Yeah.
guess.
Those are my people.
Okay, so Jory said this on the text line 402-464-5685. Thursday is opening day, fellas. Who's pumped? Because I am. Go Cardinals. Sorry, Nick. The Cubs are about to start with a sweep over the Brewers.
Are they?
Yes.
Okay, but
Kyle Hendricks, opening day starter. Old reliable, doesn't throw over
Are
85
they?
miles per hour.
as long as you can place it.
It's all about hitting spots,
As long as you
pitch
can
into
place it.
contact. That's all that matters. So,
I don't. Garrett Cole, starting day. Opening day starter.
speaking of Garrett Cole,
Yankees,
I
Red Sox.
actually booked tickets 2 days ago to a Yankees Royals game
Hey,
on May 1st.
Look at you.
So I'm hoping that it's just ends up being Garrett Cole and Zach Greinke.
Whew,
That would be great.
be a nice little pitching matchup.
Bobby Witt is official.
You get to see Aaron Judge.
Aaron Judge, Giancarlo if he's healthy.
Marwin Gonzalez made the opening day roster.
Perfect. That's all I wanted to see.
Everybody wants to see Marwin Gonzalez.
That's the only person I care about. So
You
yeah,
see
I'm
what
actually
could have been with Gleyber Torres.
Rizzo.
Oh yeah, you get your guy.
Oh, I'll get to
Look at
see
this.
Rizzo.
Maybe.
Man, yeah,
They
that
just
makes me
re-signed Greg
excited.
Bird.
That's all right. I've taken Rizzo over Greg Bird.
But you don't know if Rizzo might have to rest that day.
Yeah, take a day off.
Yeah.
That's the only problem with Sunday games.
You
Sometimes
probably
they
won't see
usually give him a day
Giancarlo. He's
off.
probably going to be hurt by that time.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That's like 25 days.
Oh yeah,
You think he'll get hurt
Oh yeah, he'll
in
definitely
25
be hurt
days?
by then.
Over
I
under.
guarantee Giancarlo misses at least 3 games.
Let's make this right now. Over under on when Giancarlo suffers his first injury. How many days? 14 and a half?
put it at 16.
Nope, 14 and a half. Choose it.
Over. Yeah, but
'Kay.
barely.
Okay, I'm putting it on the
I swear, if he gets hurt the first game.
I'm putting it on the notes. Giancarlo
Over 14.
over 14 and a half days. Will play 15 games before getting hurt. All right.
You want to know what Rachel just texted me?
What?
She says, hated that, but still love you. And they also said, I dislike having to watch what I say.
She does. She is one of those people that does not like having
She'll
to.
just say what she wants to say.
She's stone cold.
Yeah, she'd be bad on the radio.
All right, there you go. All right, 402-464-5685, the Honda Lincoln Hotline, the Starter Heyman text line, both those open for you guys the entire show. Stuff to get to. We can talk fast food if we really want to. We can talk nutrition.
This guy.
Because Rico now knows my McDonald's order, which is dangerous.
My goodness, dude. Like, you really
my
ate all
old
that.
my old McDonald's.
You really
order.
ate all that.
Yeah.
There's no wonder you were gaining weight.
A lot of weight. a lot of weight.
This
But
man.
anyway,
Oh,
we'll
I'm
talk.
not gonna say it.
We'll talk about that maybe down the road. Maybe we'll bring Nathan in since he is the
Let's
like
ask Nathan about
ultimate,
the order.
like healthy guy.
He's a help nut.
Yeah, and then we also want to talk spring game because it was announced that about 46,000 tickets have been sold, which is the lowest amount since 2004 when they first started charging for tickets. Now you're obviously going to expect stragglers and you're going to expect people to kind of mosey on in towards the end or towards, once we get closer to game time. So that number will be around 50 or even more probably.
What's the number of people that buy tickets?
That's the thing. You still,
there?
but you also still have pre-sale for this week.
Yep.
You still have pre-sale that you need to take into account this week. So you can imagine, I mean, just on the high side, 5,000 more pre-sale, maybe.
Yes.
But like now you're having that
if
idea.
It gets over, honestly, at this point, if it gets over 65, I'd be pretty surprised.
See, that feels like a lot.
I'd be pretty surprised.
That feels like a lot in my opinion because
they're 46. You factor in 5, you'll be at 51. You're not getting 10,000 people to walk in the day of, right?
Well, especially if you're not playing an actual game.
Because by that time, you'll know.
Yes. So
we should
with
know.
this, something that we can take into account. There's a couple different angles we can look at this, and I understand that there's going to be a lot of people that are extremely excited. There's going to be a lot of people that the spring game is an opportunity to get your kind of extended family, all of you guys together and into the stadium for an experience that's relatively cost effective.
Yeah, and some people who can't make it to games during the regular season, you go to the spring game, you can watch it.
So with that, like there's a couple different angles that we can look at, and one of them is a little bit of on the negative side, I suppose, because what this look can tell you, 46,000 tickets sold so far, is that Nebraska is struggling to get a family of 4 or 5 to spend $50 total to go to a game.
It's showing a lack of enthusiasm from the fan base. Is kind of what I'm drawing from this, is that maybe the hype surrounding this team has died down as opposed to the previous years. And I understand that to a point. I mean, you're in year 5 of Scott Frost. You have yet to have a winning record. They're saying all the right things. They have an entire new coaching staff. You've got, new players who you're hoping can be the turning point for this era of Nebraska football. But that's what you've had outside of an entirely new offensive coaching staff, outside of one coach. This is what you've had every offseason so far, is new players that you believe can turn Nebraska football around. You're having good practices. You're having, enthusiasm surrounding the coaching staff and the players, hype building within the program. And you've had that year in and year out. So what's different about this season? I guess that's what I'm drawing is fans. Some fans are finally like, you know what? Like, I'll wait for the regular season.
It's just time to show it in the fall.
Yeah, I'll wait for the regular season. I'll go to a game. If it happens there, it happens. But right now, for a spring game, for a practice, just an open practice to fans and everybody, I'm not going to go to that. Is what some fans are saying right now.
Yeah, Cheeseburger says this: after the past 7 years, people are getting pissed. Absolutely, and like think about it this way: like 46,000 is not anything to just throw to the side, I suppose. But at Nebraska, I feel like it is. It's your lowest amount ever since you started charging for tickets, I believe, in 2004. Before that was in 2007 when they had 54,000 people. And on that roster, I mean, it was Sam Keller who was the starting quarterback that season. And you had guys like Joe Gans and Zach Lee and Courtney Grigsby on that team and things like that in 2007. And that was 54,000. So if you think about this, there might be a lot more tickets sold than people are actually in the stadium as well. Because on that note of Nebraska struggling to convince families to spend $40 to come to a football spring game, on that same note, if you're not playing an actual game, there might be some fans that go, listen, it's 65 degrees. It's the football environment outside of Memorial Stadium. That's fun. Tailgating's a blast. We only spent $40.
Mhm.
How much am I really out? I don't have to deal with parking. I don't have to go and deal with all the people going around. If you want to stay home, I can hang out at home, invite some buddies and family friends over. We can grill burgers. We can buy a 30 rack and drink that for a lot cheaper than buying beer at the rail yard. We can play cornhole. We'll hang out. We'll watch the game on TV or watch the practice, especially if it's offense versus defense only on TV. Because it is on Big Ten Network. Like
the bathroom is less crowded at my house
you're
than
gonna
it is Memorial
you're
Stadium.
gonna have those people that sit there and go, listen, we only spent $30 for these 3 tickets, or even in some cases, if you have 2 adults and 1 child that's under 8th grade or younger, that's $1 a ticket. Like $28, or excuse me, it's if you're 8th grade or younger, it's $1.
Mhm.
And Nebraska, so like I guess you could spend $21 plus all the fees, I suppose. So about $30 for a family of 3 to go. And at some point, if they're not playing a game and they're not going to have a halftime thing, and they're like, we don't know what it's going to look like right now. But once we do, if it's not as fan friendly or as exciting or appealing to a family to go, they're going to go, listen, we're only in the hole for $30.
Mhm.
Like maybe it's just not worth it. Maybe we can stay home, avoid paying whatever we pay for parking, and we just sit at home, watch it, invite family friends over, and do our thing outside because the weather is going to be nice.
We go down to Tipsy Tina's and we have
go down to
ourselves some delicious tacos.
We hang out in the rail yard with the atmosphere. We still get that game day atmosphere.
We hang out with 93.7 The Ticket.
Like things like that. And so you're gonna have it's just wild. So yeah, okay. Gus says this, Nick, you forgot the $100 for concessions. Pop with no ice, greasy runs, cold pizzas, like things like that. It's wild. Just what's gonna kind of happen. So we'll see what
people
like people are
up.
gonna go.
It's gonna be fine. And you're gonna have a bunch of people who decide last minute, you know what, I want to go to the spring game. I'm gonna go watch it.
Exactly.
And look, we may not know what's going to happen. And there are those diehard football fans who are like, I'm gonna go watch, it's football, whatever. That's cool. That's great. You know, kudos to you. That's awesome. But there are some people who are like, I don't know exactly what's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
I can watch it. You know, if you do go down, there might be some people who have tickets, go down there, and the outside of the stadium is such a good atmosphere. And again, you don't know what's going to happen inside. You've got people with TVs in the backs of their trucks while you're grilling up burgers and hot dogs and what have you. So you just decide to stay out in the parking lot, and that's fine too. You're still out there. You're still supporting. So it's all good. But the lack of knowledge, the lack of the knowledge of not having an actual spring game, and it just being more
just drill like
more of a practice setting outside of, because the spring game is like everybody says it's a practice, but more of a practice setting where it's not, you know, red team versus white team. It's just, you know, offense versus defense, and you're just running some plays, running some drills, whatever. I get if some people don't want to go watch that, but there are going to be people who do want to watch that, and go right on ahead, do that.
We got to take a break. EAS, we'll be right back on the happy hour.
The following is a test of the emergency alert system.
Follow Nick and Enrique on Twitter at Nick_Sainert and at Radio Rico AC. More of Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Jake Bachman here. Let me tell you about my friends at Solarion. I've been working with them as a participant in their clinical trials for many years. They help develop new pharmaceutical products, and I get to be a part of it. All I do is check the website for possible studies that might apply to me, see if they fit into my schedule, and if I'm eligible for participation within the parameters laid out, I can make up to $500 per day in a study, and feel confident in the staff and research done by Solarion to be a willing participant. Last year, more than 800 people completed a study in Lincoln, and I was one of them, and will continue to be. If you're curious about how to earn up to $500 per day by participating in a research study at Solarion, and with the several options for scheduling, check them out at helpresearch.com/new, or call them at 866-213-2965. Once again, that's Solarion at 866-213-2965, or at helpresearch.com/new.
Early break with Sip and Jake.
Why do I like blue bloods? Here's why. If you're successful over time, that's the true test. And in my lifetime, North Carolina basketball, Kansas basketball, Duke basketball in my lifetime has almost always been good. I mean, all three of them. I mean, it's reliable, and they should be good because they put so much energy into it.
Early break with Sip and Jake from 6 to 8 every weekday morning on 93.7 The Ticket.
Have you ever wanted to build a catapult? Have you ever wanted to launch something other than water balloons with a water balloon launcher? Do you want to be a national champion? Then you need to get a team and sign up for the National Avocado Launching Championship, May 21st in North Platte. That's right, the National Avocado Launching Championship is taking place right here in Nebraska. Launch avocados for fame and glory. Sign up at avocadolaunching.com. That is avocadolaunching.com. And remember, the top prize is $5,000.
In today's day and age, people are trying to do more and more projects by themselves. That might be better on the wallet, but it can also lead to painful sounds like this. Ow! Poor guy, trying to do wiring all by himself. Let's have another listen. It's just not worth it. Don't hurt yourself or make things worse than they are already. For any of your electric needs, call Joe at Ambition Electric today at 402-217-3415 or go to ambitionelectric.com.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank. A relationship you can count on.
We're looking at mostly to partly sunny skies as we go through our Tuesday. A little breezy, south winds gusting 25 to 30, but should reach up to a high of 67. 39 for the low tonight with partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow shaping up to be quite the windy one. We could be looking at northwest winds gusting over 50 and a high of around 56. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you worried about storm damage causing issues with your basement? F Foundation Repair fixes basements with supreme waterproofing and exact concrete leveling for residential or commercial clients. They service wet basements, leaky walls, damp crawl spaces, bowing or cracked bricks or drywall, and more. Whether you're in southeast Nebraska, the Tri-Cities area, or northeast Kansas, they'll easily make the trip to you. Get a free evaluation today by visiting WeFixBasements.com or call 402-804-1024. F Foundation Repair. We fix basements.
They say one great thing leads to another, and that's especially true when you visit a Great Clips salon. When you sit down for a haircut with the skilled and friendly stylist at one of our thousands of convenient Great Clips locations, they'll not only make your hair look great, they'll make you feel great too. And that's something you can't help but share with the world. Download our online check-in app today and opt in to get a ready next text when you're up next. Great Clips. It's going to be great.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
This is Dan Friedman. Between 2010 and 2019, distracted driving caused more than 40,000 car crashes in Nebraska, resulting in over 14,000 severe injuries and deaths. Please keep your eyes on the road. If you have a smartphone, put it away while you're behind the wheel. It will help keep our community safe and secure. This message is brought to you by Friedman Law Offices, helping injured people. It's what we do. It's all we do. Find us at friedmanlaw.com today.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealership, is hosting their annual sprayer clinic at the Buffalo County Fairgrounds in Kearney, Nebraska, February 2nd and 3rd. Landmark Sprayer Clinic offers expansive equipment and technology training on different models of John Deere and Hagie sprayers. Learn about the newest technology, machine maintenance, spray tip selection, and more. We'll be offering free dicamba certification. Join us February 2nd and 3rd in Kearney. RSVP by calling your local Landmark location or at landmarkimp.com/events.
This is your High School Minute.
With your Southeast Community College High School Minute, I'm Harrison Arns. In boys soccer on Monday, Lincoln Pius X fell to Lincoln Southeast 3-1. Fremont's Leighton Jepson had 1 goal and 2 assists, and Braden Kramer had 2 goals. Lincoln Southwest shut out Fremont 4-0, and Waverly won over Norris 3-0. For the girls, Lincoln East dominated Grand Island 10-0. Lincoln Southwest shut out Fremont 6-0. They came out the gate strong, scoring 4 goals in the first half. And Norris beat Waverly 5-0. Kennedy Sullivan led the game with 2 goals. In baseball, Lincoln Northeast lost to Kearney 10-7. Nolan Smith for Kearney went 3 for 4 at the plate with 4 RBIs. Cody Bruss had a good game from the mound with 8 strikeouts for the Rockets. Lincoln Christian won over Maxwell St. Pat's 9-0. Lincoln East just got past Fremont 1-0. Jalen Worthy had 11 strikeouts in the win. Ralston beat Lincoln Pice 10th 7-4. This has been your High School Minute, sponsored by Southeast Community College, with locations in Lincoln, Beatrice, and Milford. Learn more today at southeast.edu.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary, presented by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, so before we get back to spring game stuff, we were talking during the break about MLB opening day and things like that. We're still confused on Detroit Tigers and how they got Javier Baez because we were trying to figure out what jersey we were going to wear on Thursday for opening day. And it's like, I could wear the Cubs Javier Baez one, but he's no longer there, and he's with Detroit. I need to get a Seiya Suzuki one, the next Shohei Ohtani.
What number does he wear?
27?
Okay.
Same as Mike Trout. So it's inevitable that he is going to be an MVP candidate.
Obviously. That is the only thing that you could draw upon.
Let's go ahead and look at his spring training.
He's going to be the next
here.
Shohei Ohtani, and he's also going to be Mike Trout. He's going to be Mike Ohtani. Shohei Trout.
All right, so let's see. Spring training, here it is.
Oh,
Number 27, Seiya Suzuki, 17 at-bats, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, hitting .335.
Sounds awful.
I would take .335 in 17 at-bats. So, 5'11".
He is short.
He's a short fella. 5'11", 182.
What position does he play? Is he in the outfield?
So he can play outfield. He signed as an outfielder, but he can play outfield, third base, shortstop.
And pitch.
No, he can't pitch.
Oh, darn it. So he's not going to be Shohei.
He could be Shohei, but no, he cannot pitch. So anyway, we'll just have to go with the Ernie Banks one then.
Okay.
But I need to get a Seiya Suzuki Cubs one.
And I'll break out the Mariano Rivera.
Yeah.
I need to get a new Yankees jersey.
Were we cut off at the end of the first segment?
I think we might have been.
Because we kept we got tweeted at by Dan, says forget something, boys.
Yeah. Eric said someone forgot the EAS test.
Yeah, that was Rico.
Yep.
I'm gonna throw you under the bus.
That's fine. That's on me. That's on me.
Rico.
I will take full credit.
Normally I'm here like
wrapping it up.
I didn't do it this time, but normally I was like here wrapping it up.
And I forgot to look. I was in a zone.
Okay, so Ubaldo says this about the spring game here. 402-464-5685. Honda Lincoln Hotline, Starter Heyman text line. Both them open for you. He goes, can you really put a price on being able to see the best practice since Scott Frost has been at Nebraska with your very own eyes? I will say this, like along the lines of with all the negative stuff that we were saying in the first segment, on the flip side, I suppose you could look at it in a positive way. Like the spring game is usually the time that people start counting down to the season.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's all right. It's officially time to start talking about projected depth chart and all right, who looked good in the spring game and what's the spring story and where, what kind of formation did they do in the spring game, despite Scott Frost saying that they do not want to show their cards too much and things like that. You kind of read into everything that happens in the spring game. What's weird is this year you're not, like you cannot. And somebody said this on the text line, I believe, that a way that fans might be discouraged from going to the game is there's a lot of big names not playing. Like at the end of the day, there's a lot of guys that aren't playing. Your 2 offensive linemen and Turner Corcoran and Teddy Prohaska aren't playing. Your running back, Gabe Irvin's not going to be a go. You don't have Xavier Betts anymore. You don't know what the wide receiver room looks like health-wise. You expect it to be all good.
You don't have your top 4 tight ends.
Don't have top 4 tight ends. I guess that was the group I was referring to in a way. But you're sitting here like, all right, who am I going to go watch? And one thing I will say, Nebraska is really, really good about knowing the entire roster. Nebraska fans are really good about knowing the entire roster and thinking about And just paying attention to not only the walk-ons, but also the guys that are still on scholarship that just haven't seen the field. And because Nebraska fans do pay attention to recruiting and they do pay attention to articles and little spring stories like that. So in a way, there could be quite a few fans that straggle in for the spring game on Saturday. However, you can also expect folks to leave, Rico, because, quote, they only spent $10 for a ticket, or, quote, Nebraska's not selling alcohol and I can go a block away, be in the atmosphere, watch it on the rail yard TV, and have a drink.
I have seen quotes like that. With the possible lack of ability to field two teams, that leads me to believe that there are a decent amount of injuries that we don't even know about yet.
That's interesting.
Because if it's just so the people that we know are injured, top 4 tight ends, the 2 linemen that haven't been practicing, Gabe Irvin, and I think, there are a couple people with minor injuries that have been, throughout spring ball that they've said isn't going to keep them out for very long. But that leads me to believe that maybe some of those were more serious.
Yeah.
And that there are people who we haven't asked about, who we haven't seen in practice, or who have little nagging injuries that maybe if you put them in a full game situation or a harder practice situation could flare up or re-aggravate in a way in which would lead them to be out for an extended period of time. So that leads me to believe that there are more people on this roster who have either nagging injuries or semi-serious injuries that the coaching staff doesn't want to push.
Exactly.
And I totally understand if you can't field 2 teams because of that.
Yeah, we're not trying to say, oh, you're suffering a sprained ankle. Who cares? Go out. Like we're not saying that.
Yeah.
Because we don't want that, obviously. But it does stink. And I'm understanding. Here's what an unnamed texter says. I wish I was interested in the spring game, but I'm just not. And I'll be the first to admit that it has a lot to do with how bad the team has been over the last several years. It makes it hard to get excited about a scrimmage. Along those lines, so actually me and Mark were having this conversation this morning when I got into work. And with that, like, it kind of goes off of what you and I were talking about yesterday, Rico, it was Coach Frost, like Scott Frost, prove to us that you know what we're doing here. In as brutal terms and as brutal of a sentence as I can say, prove to us that you know how to do your job. That's where a lot of Husker fans are at right now. And you can't blame them. So with that, how much can he prove in a spring game or in a spring practice? So I feel like what we were kind of talking about yesterday and what we were talking about in the first segment, we're at this point as Husker fans that we have to wait till fall because those games actually mean something. And at the end of the day, that's really all that's going to matter is what happens in the fall. And if you start 1-0 or 0-1, and along those lines, this is looking way down the road and we don't need to have this conversation yet, but I want to plant this seed in your ear, Rico, because it's going to, knowing you, it's going to make your eyebrows go up. If Nebraska starts 0-1, what is the, not attitude, but interest level in going to North Dakota the very next week to play at Nebraska? What's the interest level in the North Dakota at Nebraska game if Nebraska starts 0-1 against Northwestern in Ireland?
Are you talking about the kind of like the interest level of the Nebraska Fordham, or was it Buffalo?
Like you could go Fordham,
after
but
losing to
I
Illinois.
think it could be worse. I genuinely do, because it's going to be the same discussion we have year after year, and we're going to be sitting here going, here we go again. Let's run. I guess we're running it back.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. Right?
Yes, but see, it's something that it's like, man, there's a lot riding not only on this summer. Go ahead.
I might disagree.
Let's go ahead. Let's
okay.
talk. Let's briefly talk about it then.
We'll just say we get to the beginning of the season. People are healthy. We have our depth chart. We know our starting quarterback, our running backs, etc. They lose to Northwestern, 1-score game, because they're really good at that.
Yeah.
Going into that North Dakota game, interest level is still high. I think it's still high. Is it as high as it was now, or as it was before spring practice, or is it as high as it was right before that Northwestern game? Of course not. but it's still going to be high because, again, you have a new coaching staff, you have a new quarterback, everything is new. It could have been a slip up against Northwestern. And I understand everybody wants to, go undefeated in the conference. You want to beat the teams that you, quote unquote, should beat in the Big Ten, and Northwestern is one of those. But at the same time, it's one game. It does not define your season. And if you go out and you smash North Dakota, and you go out and you smash Georgia Southern, I always forget who the second one is. You can turn the season around, because then you get Oklahoma with a first-year head coach, a transfer quarterback, and a whole bunch of new players.
Yeah. It was just something that came to my mind. Like, if we're still being told the same stuff week one, or going into, since Nebraska plays on week 0, going into week 1 against North Dakota, if we're still being told the same things and it comes out that Nebraska wasn't prepared for Northwestern, or Northwestern came out like in the worst situation possible or scenario possible, we're told the same thing as we were after Illinois last year.
They lined up in a formation we were not prepared for.
Like things like that, admitting that you were not prepared. Like things like that, just they will not fly this year. It's not even a matter of they can't. With a guy like Trev Alberts, who's been vocal about this when he needs to be, they won't. Like it will not fly.
If
there's a lot riding on Northwestern,
will we hear? No, I don't want to get ahead. I don't want to get ahead of my skis. I don't want to get ahead of my skis.
Yeah, no. It won't happen.
Get healthy. Just get healthy.
That's what you have to do. But so back to the spring game, though.
Get through the spring game, practice, drills, whatever you want to call it. Get through this. Give your players some time off to rest their bodies, to get themselves healthy.
Learn the playbook.
Sit at home. If you have a bum ankle or a bum knee, sit at home with the playbook.
It's if your reason that the guys aren't ready to take starting jobs is that they don't know the scheme, then put them in a position after spring ball and over the course of a summer to put them in a position, I should say, to where they will know the playbook come fall. And if you're not ready, if you don't know it, if you didn't do your job as an athlete to study it over the summer or over the course of time, then sorry, man. But we're doing it without you.
You're taking snaps with the third team.
Like at the end of the day, but on that note, the coaches have to put the players in a position and give them the necessary materials and make sure that everybody's on the same page with what the job is, what the role is going to be, and learning the playbook over the course of the summer, so that when we come into fall, we don't have those excuses. We don't have the, after Jock Gant runs the wrong way, we don't have the buffer of saying, yeah, we pulled him because Jock didn't know the playbook. We don't have that, because we're weeding out all those excuses, all those dumb reasons for why this thing isn't working. Those need to be done. We cannot be in year 5 saying the same stuff that we said in year 3 for why this thing isn't off the ground and we're winning more than 6 games. Why we're not winning more than 6 games. Because at some point you have to draw the line. And it has to be this year. We know it's this year. Why? Because our athletic director, the leader of this athletic department, has said so. And at the end of the day, there's a lot riding on the first 6 games, in all honesty, with that buyout and that whole discussion. But just for the state of the fan base and the spring game and the excitement around the program, there's a lot of Husker fans that are really excited. But there's also a lot of Husker fans that are taking the wait and see approach harder than ever this year, because they are so fed up with how Nebraska has played or not been playing in the last, even if you want to go before this staff, the last 7 years.
The hype gets to everyone, but at a certain point, hype is not enough.
Yeah, it's just like enough is enough, man. And it's really a struggle.
Results are all that matters. And in a year, in year 5, results are do or die.
I would say, yeah, in year 5, results are all that matter. In year 1 or 2, it can be about progress. But at some point, it's got to stop being about progress, and it needs to start being about winning games. And I'm worried that if that's not the case here soon, when will it be, number 1? But number 2, like, what's the state of the fan base? Passionate's always going to be there. you guys wanting to go out to the game is always going to be there. And that's unmatched throughout college football and athletics in general. But fans wanting to stay for the entirety of the 4 quarters when your team is down by 2 scores with 10 minutes left in the 4th quarter, and you just are okay with leaving?
It's not insurmountable. It's happened before.
It's happened.
And there are people leaving.
And so, like, that's a real thing that Nebraska needs to consider now, and Trev Alberts needs to consider when making these decisions. And one thing I will say, like, we obviously trust Trev Alberts completely, and there's nothing, nothing more than we trust in Trev Alberts. But it's a scary situation if you truly think about it within the Husker fan base right now, because there's so many fans that want this thing to happen so badly, but unfortunately it just hasn't. And at some point you just have to draw the line. 402-464-5685. Call now. Win $15 to the Upside Bar and Lounge. Nick Trivia, your trivia question today. In 2010, Nebraska lost to Texas as the 5th-ranked team in the country by a score of 20-13. In that game, 2 quarterbacks played for Nebraska. Who were they? I need to know the 2 quarterbacks that played in Nebraska's 20-13 loss against the Longhorns in 2010 to win $15 to the Upside Bar and Lounge. We'll do that with Nick's Trivia next up on the Happy Hour.
Download our app by searching 93.7 The Ticket in your app store to stay in touch and listen all day long wherever you are. More of the Happy Hour is next on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
I don't know about you guys, but I have been getting back out and hitting different restaurants, hitting different places, and I could not be more excited to get back to Bearshin in Benson, one of the best beer gardens around. The weather's starting to get good, and coinciding with that, they are going back to their full food menu. We're talking the burgers, the Johnny Hammer Pants sandwich, the pretzels, the fries, the salads, if you're one of those people. They got all of it. And they are now open Tuesday through Sunday. That allows you to get over to Bearshin, check out the food, the beer, hang out in the beer garden. You can get that $7 big cheese double Wagyu burger special on Tuesdays. Also, happy hour, 3 to 6, Tuesday through Friday. Don't miss it. Plus, if you're a soccer fan, it's the place to be in Benson.
Maximize your savings with Bryant. Bryant offers efficient heating and cooling system options to help you save on your monthly utility bill. If you act now, their team will secure all available rebates to maximize your savings. Hurry, these rebates are for a limited time only. Call Bryant, ask for a free estimate to save and improve your comfort. 467-1111. Online at BryantLincoln.com. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. We do whatever it takes.
93.7 The Ticket. Fox KFXL weather. Sponsored by Security First Bank. A relationship you can count on.
We're looking at mostly partly sunny skies as we go through our Tuesday. A little breezy. South winds gusting 25 to 30, but should reach up to a high of 67. 39 for the low tonight with partly cloudy skies. Tomorrow shaping up to be quite the windy one. We could be looking at northwest winds gusting over 50 and a high of around 56. I'm meteorologist Tim Wright for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Have you ever wanted to build a catapult? Have you ever wanted to launch something other than water balloons with a water balloon launcher? Do you want to be a national champion? Then you need to get a team and sign up for the National Avocado Launching Championship, May 21st in North Platte. That's right, the National Avocado Launching Championship is taking place right here in Nebraska. Launch avocados for fame and glory. Sign up at avocadolaunching.com. That is avocadolaunching.com. And remember, the top prize is $5,000.
Shopping for insurance can be a tedious and frustrating task, but the agents at Brokers Insurance Agency will do the work for you. They have partnered with over 20 of the best insurance carriers in the nation, which allows them to do the shopping all for you. Whether you're looking for business insurance or employee benefits for your company, or you're looking to save money on your home and auto insurance, Brokers Insurance Agency has the agents and solutions to help meet your goals. Call 402-420-5353 or email staff at brokersinsurancene.com.
Did you know that the U.S. has added over 1,100 new breweries in the last 18 months? Learn more by shopping at Myers Cork and Bottle, 13th and South, and by tuning into Thirsty Thursdays with Kevin Myers, because sports are better with a drink in your hand and a friend at your side.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back in the future. Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Today on Hey Culligan, why does your team stink? Here's Coach Waters.
Hey, Culligan. Yeah, my team stinks.
Ooh, harsh.
No. I mean, they stink. They won't hit the showers because it makes their skin all dry and itchy.
Coach, it sounds like your guys have been hit hard by hard water.
You kidding me? Hard water?
Yep, so let's call an audible in the form of one Culligan Smart High Efficiency Water Softener to get the smooth back in their skin and the stink out of your team.
Okay, Culligan, I'm putting you in.
Coach, we're already on the way.
Go to CulliganLincoln.com and schedule your free water test today.
There's no better way to spark a child's imagination than to get lost in the adventure of a good book. I'm Jenny Benson, president of NSEA. Working together, parents and teachers can help every child succeed. You can help by reading to your child and let your child read to you. Encourage reading in your home and make it a priority. Make reading fun and a time that you and your child look forward to spending together.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association in this station.
There's not many things worse than having plumbing issues at your home or business, but it's even worse if the problem isn't fixed correctly. Select Plumbing gets it right the first time, and they specialize in several things: general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate at 402-560-6197. Plus, they're hiring service plumbers. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Another packed spring sports season means it's time to get to N Street Drive-In to fill up on all your beverage needs. Stop by for great deals as April's beers of the month are Deschutes Fresh Squeeze IPA, Wild Onion Ubi Goober Hazy Peach IPA, and Belching Beaver Brewing. Also, make sure to download the new N Street Drive-In app to order online and to set up delivery right to your front door. And don't forget their top-notch growler fill system. N Street Drive-In, your one-stop beverage stop at 1801 O Street.
You're listening to the Happy Hour with Nick Sainert and Enrique Alvarez Clary, sponsored by Empire Fence and Netting on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, back here on the Happy Hour, 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick and Rico will be, or with you. We'll be at, are you going to go to Barry's on Friday? After the show?
I don't know when we're leaving.
Oh, yeah, you're going out of town.
Yeah.
That's right. Well, stop by Barry's. I'll be there.
Okay.
Just come by Barry's.
Of course you will.
Bring Rachel.
I'll see.
Nathan will be at Barry's, I'm sure. Yep, he'll be at Barry's
Nathan,
after 6 p.m.
Of course Nathan will be at Barry's.
You can hang with me and Nathan at Barry's.
Oh, goodness. Hold on, Nathan.
Hold on, Nathan. Nathan, hold on one second before we'll continue this conversation. We got to get Chris here in a moment. Go ahead and bring Chris in. Chris, what's up?
Hey, Nick, Rico, thank you for entertaining us as we're potholing in the rain out here.
Well, we appreciate you guys. I hope you're staying somewhat dry this afternoon, Chris.
Yeah, it's not a heavy rain by any means.
Good stuff. All right, Chris, I need to know the two quarterbacks that played in Nebraska football's 20-13 loss in 2010 against Texas.
Guys, I don't know if you were at the game. It was a bitter loss.
Yes, it
bitter
was.
Loss. We just came off a big win a week and a half before on a Thursday night that me and some of the guys here went down to and watched us just pound an undefeated Kansas State on national television. And we were rolling into this Texas game, fifth, like you guys said. Imagine Nebraska being ranked fifth in the country.
Big time.
Can't wait.
Yeah, but it was a huge disappointment, that game. You could tell we were off. Texas had a good defensive game plan. The quarterback that I think the quarterbacks, I don't remember the backup playing. I remember Taylor Martinez playing, and
that's one.
Texas's defense, yes, had him pretty bottled up. I still think if somebody played it, it was probably Zach Lee.
It sure was. Taylor Martinez and Zach Lee. Chris, congrats, man. You win $15 to the Upside Bar and Lounge. Stay on the line. Nathan will get your information here, man.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate the work you guys are doing. Appreciate the work you guys are doing out there as well. Yes, Taylor Martinez finished 4 of 12 for 63 passing yards, ran 13 times for 21 yards, and Zach Lee finished 4 of 9 through the air with 14 passing yards, as well as 10 carries, 25 yards.
Oof. Just a bad quarterback day.
Nebraska finished with 84 passing yards on 8 of 21 passes. Or on 8 of 21 passes, then 44 carries throughout the entire team for 125 yards total. Roy Haleu led the way, 11 carries, 43 yards. Rex Burkhead, 9 carries, 35 yards. Niles Paul, 1 carry, 1 yard. The receiving was Niles Paul, 6 catches, 66 yards.
Those stats are hurting me.
Yeah, 6 catches, 66 yards. Rex Burkhead had 1 catch for 7 yards, and Brandon Kinney, who had 1 reception for 4 yards. Eric Haig had an interception, or excuse me, I had a punt return touchdown that
Shout
game.
out Eric Haig.
So the other trivia question that I was going to do, we still need to get to Nathan, so we'll sit tight here in a second. But the other trivia question I was going to do was in 2009, Nebraska got an interception in overtime against Iowa State. Who intercepted the Cyclones in overtime?
Was it Eric Haig?
It was Eric Haig. But
Eric Haig was that dude.
They survived a scare on against Iowa State that in 2009.
Do you think Nathan wants to hop on real quick?
Yeah, we'll get Nathan in here because he was going to talk about berries before we had to get to.
He's busy.
Yeah,
does he want to get on?
Yeah, he's got to get on. He pulled the microphone and everything.
Yeah, he did.
Nathan, what's up, man?
What's good?
I was saying, I'm not sure if I've been given the approval to go live from Barry's, but if drinks are involved and you're going to be there until 8, you can count on me being there.
Will the party go until after 8?
It depends. Depends on when we're getting ready to go for the spring game on Saturday.
Tipsy
we got to
Tina's
be ready
Saturday.
to rock and roll. I know. I'm going to be at Tipsy Tina's the second they open. It's spring game. I'm ready to rock and roll.
What time does Tipsy Tina's open on Saturday?
I don't know what time they open, but you can catch us at Tipsy Tina's. Me and Nick will be there. We'll be talking all things Husker football. It's going to be awesome.
Have you had the breakfast tacos from Tipsy Tina's?
I have not, but that sounds incredible.
Get the chorizo taco.
It says that they open at 11 a.m., but we start at 10:30.
They don't open at 11.
So we're going to open the place,
So we're opening
and then
the
we're going to
place.
shut it down.
Are we?
All right.
You guys have heard
Rico-
me say 9
Rico
wins.
won't, but
I've said 9 wins while not drinking. I don't even want to know what I say when I'm drinking.
Here's
I'm
the
interested.
thing.
So that'll be fun.
Here's the thing.
It's a taco canteen.
Saturday, the day of
Playoff?
the day of the spring game, I will be full go Big Red. So we'll see what happens. All right, we're done for today. See ya.
Adios.
Landmark Implement, your